Hello, Internet. Welcome to Making Money. My name's Eric, and this is the Daily Dollar, your financial segment where we give you one financial lesson every day to help you reach your financial goals. So we've been talking about core concepts a lot lately. We've really been kind of digging into, the very basics of what personal finance is and some key things to keep in mind when you're going on your financial journey here. Very foundational things. In fact, we did one video where we covered the foundation of personal finance, which consisted of income, a budget, and an emergency fund. And from there, you can kind of build off and invest and do all these other crazy things. But if you have that foundation, it's a good bedrock to build on. And we've talked about budgeting. We've talked about emergency fund, but we haven't talked about the income piece at all, which is interesting because this channel is called Making Money, and you need the income in order for there to be money. So today's lesson is that there are 8 types of income. And this kind of is surprising to most people. And when I say 8 types of income, the first one is earned income. This is when you trade your time for money, aka working at a job. That's the first one. That's the one that most people are familiar with. And there's a few of these that you've probably heard of before. In fact, you've probably heard of all of them. But when you think of income, it's not really the first thing that pops into mind. As we talk about these, the biggest thing in personal finance is finding ways to better use your time to make money. And that's why the idea of passive income is so important, because we do all this active income. We go to work, we grind all day, but we can only give so much of our time. And to an employer, our time is only worth so much. So how can we make more money? And that's by using these other types of income. So the first one we got is earned income. The second one is profit. This one is simply buying and selling things. Anybody can do it. You probably got a bunch of stuff laying around your house you could probably sell. And if you don't, you can buy things at one price and sell at another. If you're not familiar with the idea of arbitrage, this is basically that. So that's the second type. The third type is interest. You can give out loans. If you loan money, you can make money on that interest, which is great. There is something that's called residual, meaning that if I were to do work today, I would get paid an amount of money over time in the future, right? And that would just keep going. It's called residual income. After residual income, we have royalties. If you have an idea or a song or something that you sell, barring the fact that every time it is sold afterwards, you get a little money, that's royalties. Normally, I know songs in general, I think I heard a statistic, I'm not sure if this is right. I heard 10 cents per sale of a song is what the artist makes. And I could be very wrong on that. But that's the idea, is that you make a little bit when your idea sells down the road. Royalties are great. Dividends, when we get into investing, there is dividend income, and that's just money made on stocks. Companies pay out to stockholders a little bit of money every month or quarter or year. So dividend income. There is rental income. If you own a property or can rent out a room in your house, you can make rental income. And again, you're not doing extra work. In rental cases, you might be. But they're giving you money for taking up space. And that's where that exchange happens. And then there is capital gains income. And this is the idea that if you have an asset and it's one price one day, over time, it will increase in value. And this is the idea of how stocks work. This is the idea of how if you own collectibles, you're getting capital gains on that over time. As it increases in value, you make money on that difference. And those are the 8 sources of income. 8 of them. So if you're just trading time for money right now, if you're just getting earned income, take a look at profit income. Take a look at interest, residual, royalties, dividends, rental, capital gains. There's a ton of stuff out there that you can do to make more money. And again, we'll dig into each of these more. We'll talk about income a ton on this channel. But I just wanted to give you that idea today that there is other ways to make money out there. So keep an eye out, start thinking, and that is today's lesson. I hope you liked it. If you did, feel free to like this video. If you're enjoying this series, feel free to subscribe. I do appreciate it. If you have any other types of income that you are taking in besides earned income right now, I would like to hear it, because how people make money tends to be different from individual to individual, and knowing the mix for each person is interesting. So feel free to leave that in the comments below. You can always find me on Twitter in the link in the description, and I will see you tomorrow for another awesome lesson. All right, guys, see ya.